9 to 5, raising your babies with joy and pride. A real ass mom. You're a real ass mom.
Welcome to the Real Mama Pod.
I'm your host, Devin.
And I'm your host, Kendra.
We are real moms.
Sharing real experiences. The things people don't tell you.
Hey, mama, hey.
Hey, mama, hey.
We in person, y'all. We told y'all we was going to do it, and we doing it.
If this is your first time listening, I'm your host, Kendra.
And I'm your host, Devin. Welcome to the Real Mama Pod.
Welcome back to in person, too,
yes,
man.
Yes.
It feels so good to be back in the, in
the
groove.
Making things work. So before we get started and before we introduce our guests.
Because y'all know we got a guest.
We got a guest. But I have a quick ask. I haven't asked this in a long time. Okay. But in order to keep going and doing the things, we need your reviews because we want to chart. Mm-hmm. We are still on that. Yes. So if you're enjoying the content and the conversations we bring to y'all, leave us a review. 5 stars and something nice. That's all we asking for. We ain't asking for all
5 stars.
You can chat GPT something at this point. just leave us a review. Do that for your girls.
You ever seen the Progressive commercials where it's like you're turning into your parents?
Yeah.
You can chat GPT. That was very much so a Progressive.
Yeah. Speaking of turning to your parents. So I sounded like my mom the other day, not too long ago. But Drew had did something crazy. And I was like, see, that's why you're going to catch COVID. Because you're doing stuff like that.
Like you ain't got no business.
Like, dang.
Yeah,
like
you're
mama.
Definitely the progressive mom now. It's okay, friend. I'm going to keep you young, honey.
Yes. Well, we have a beautiful guest. A returning guest. So if y'all tuned in, which I should have by now, into our date night live show, couples event, then you are familiar with our guest. Mm-hmm. So Shae is here with us. And we did her no justice by just having her on for a segment because she was dropping gems in like 10 minutes. We was like, girl, I
think it was like 5 minutes.
5 minutes. I was like, we have to do a whole episode because this is just too much to not capture. Mm-hmm. And so we brought Shae back and she's here to give us all the tea about matchmaking and dating, the scene in Atlanta, to give you some tips. Even if you're in a relationship, you still need to date your partner. Okay, so she's going to give us all the tea around that. So welcome back, Shae.
Hey,
we are so happy to have you.
Just happy to be here.
Yeah.
So what's going on, Shae? What's life giving you? Where are we?
Life is good. 2026 has been good to me. Been good to you, girl. I'm excited. I'm happy about what's to come. Do y'all do like New Year's resolutions or anything like that?
Yes. So we've had, well, when I say we, me and my husband, I'm sure Devin and her husband have too. Our resolutions this year is really just kind of pouring into what we're trying to build. My husband started his own practice this year. Of course, Devin and I have this podcast. So we're trying to build on our passions and our hobbies. And his hobby just so happened to be his passion, his career passion. So he wanted to start his own practice. Nice. And that is our big resolution for the year, that will go well. And then, of course, growth for the Real Mama Pod. That's always at the top of the New Year resolution list. But also like pouring into our health and wellness. Yes. I was working out really good like toward the Q3 of last year, and then Q4 hit, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start over. I'm gonna start by So that is also part of the resolution. Is just staying disciplined and consistent with my wellness.
So good. That sounds great.
Yeah. We're just going back to the basics. Going back to health, financial freedom, in this economy, it's just so hard.
Yeah.
So it's like we did all the things to like be successful or to live the American dream, but those things are kind of falling flat right now. The price of everything is just going up. And so we're just going back to the basics. We have a little debt, so we're trying to get out of that debt, So that's what we're focusing on right now.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be as fit and fine as possible.
Girl, and you're doing that, honey.
I've dropped 36 pounds.
Looking amazing.
Thank you. Since September, I'm doing more like keto, carnivore. Just got an eighth of a steak, an eighth of a cow, so I can just make all the beef and the steak I want to make. So that's what I'm on. I'm on like, let me get this weight off. I want to be fine as I can be.
But you already fine.
Thank you. Yes, I
Just
will be finer. Because I'm about to do my book tour, so I gotta be sizzling.
Yes.
Snatch. Snatched and sizzling. So, this is the real Mama Pod.
Yes.
We always, it's at some point, no matter what the conversation is, we got to bring motherhood, kids, and all that stuff up. Like, that's just a part of who we are. So, tell us, what are your thoughts around motherhood? What is your journey? And then we can get into how that may, work or not within the dating scene.
Yeah. So I have a unique journey in that I have 2 children. I had one right out of college, and I had one 6 years ago.
Okay.
So I have experienced motherhood on both sides.
Okay.
I have a grown son who's 23, and I have a 6-year-old daughter.
Wow.
You do not have a 23-year-old.
I have a 23-year-old son. Yes,
Wow,
I know.
you look amazing.
Thank you. His friends are even like, "That's not your mom. I was a baby."
Yeah.
So at any rate, I have a grown son, and I have a 6-year-old.
Okay.
And so I think for me, but my 6-year-old's a girl, and it's different. It's so different when you have a child in your 20s and you're struggling and you growing up too, versus now in my 40s, I'm very much more prepared to have her, and motherhood is very different. It looks very different. She has everything. It's two different worlds. Yeah. So I can speak to motherhood on both ends.
I can imagine 23 and 6.
Yeah.
How do you mother the 23-year-old? And it's like, I can imagine it's always like, I'm talking to a 23-year-old and not a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Or I'm talking to a 6-year-old and not a 23-year-old. How do you navigate that?
That's hard. I'm not gonna tell you any lies. It's hard, especially because I'm a single mom. So it's definitely hard. And he's a grown up, right, a young adult, and he does think he knows everything. So my role for him is really a consultant. And you know what? You're grown. You do what you want to do. This is what I think you should do. Let me know how that works. And it's really hands off. I was definitely always a gentle parent, so I still have that approach with him. And my daughter, I can just do all the princess mommy things with her. So that's really how I do it. I just focus on her.
You are a princess.
Oh, we do all the princess stuff.
I love that. So how's their relationship?
They're 17 years apart. So it's very interesting. Like, I wish that I had given him a sibling where he could grow up with, and also giving her a sibling that she could grow up with. That just wasn't. They're literally like 2 only children. So they don't have sibling relationship. Like they don't. I'm gonna be honest.
Like, that's my brother, that's my sister, but they are literally living 2 different lives.
2 different worlds.
23.
It's like a bronco. It's like a, you know what I mean? It's not really a brother. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's grown. He's like an uncle, you know?
Bronco. That's
what it's like.
funny.
And we're like sisters and brother, me and him. So it's a very odd situation.
Okay. Well, I love it, but it's yours.
It's
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job. I love that. So we're going to get straight into the matchmaking talk, okay? Because I have so many questions.
Yes.
Ken does too, but me, I geek out over the questions.
Devin.
Y'all know I geek out over the questions. So, like, when we talk about matchmaking, what is like the biggest misconception people have? Because I can see people being like, I'm not getting no matchmaker. Like, I can do it myself, blah, 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 blah. So what, give us some insight on that.
A lot of people assume matchmaking is just for the ultra wealthy, super rich. It's not. It's for people who are super intentional.
Ooh.
Is what I will say.
Like
because
that.
Because when you're dating on dating apps, yes, you have a plethora of options, but you have a whole bunch of riffraff and a whole bunch of trash to sift through. When you're like, I don't want to do all that, I'm intentional. And listen, my audience is people who can afford to do whatever else they want to do in life. You can afford this too.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's like they have a chef, they have a personal trainer, they're going to invest in themselves, and they have a financial advisor. They have all those things. Let me do that for you. Let me take this off your plate, off board that, so that I can focus on finding someone who's compatible for you. Right. I'm going to vet them. I'm going to do a background check. I'm going to make sure they meet your needs. So then when you go out, it's just focusing on dating, and not the other stuff.
Okay. I like that. I like that.
Yes.
So it sounds like you, as the matchmaker, it's like you're allowing them to have, like, have your time.
Yes.
Let me do my job,
Yep.
and you just sit back and show up.
Show up cute and ask and just be yourself and be pleasant and just check for the vibe. Do we vibe together? Because I'm gonna do all the other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So would you say, or I guess let me ask you, in addition to what you shared, are there any pros that you could highlight to actually having or bringing in a matchmaker? Like,
Absolutely.
what are the pros?
The pros are like you can be as picky as you want with your matchmaker. So like y'all don't know because y'all out of the loop. But on dating sites, people often list, "Don't do this. I don't want that. If you're a smoker, if you're da-da-da," let me do that part. So then you can just show up pleasant. So I will vet the person to make sure she's athletic. You got to be athletic. You got to be family oriented. She doesn't want you to have any kids. I can be as picky as I need to be. I will vet them. You just show up and do your job, and that way they don't even know that was all your laundry list of things. Right. I'm doing the vetting. I'm the bad guy, and I'm saying, no, you too big. She don't want nobody that big. No, you too short. I'm doing that part.
Gotcha.
You just show up, and I'm bringing curated people to you that already meet your qualifications.
Gotcha. So as a follow up to that,
Yeah.
So do you like interview these people? Like, what does it look in your behind the scenes world?
Yeah,
assessments. I'm interviewing them. I'm making sure because my client is dropping $20,000. I can't bring them no junk.
Yeah.
So I do assessments. I do attachment styles. I have therapists on staff. Like I'm making sure these people are ready to be presented to my clients.
I love not presented.
I'm not going to present no junk to you. Nobody that I wouldn't want either.
Right.
You know.
Right. Okay.
I
So
have so many questions.
thinking about middle class people, you said it's not for the ultra wealthy.
It's not.
How much like a service like this costs typically? Like
so
average?
I have a $10,000 package that gives you get 10 people presented to you. Okay. And I have a $20,000 package which gets you 20 people. Okay. So
yeah, and you know what? I research supports that if you're paying into your like dating, even if you're paying for the dating apps, that you're more than likely to really invest into a relationship and take it seriously. So having that price tag, like you got to be serious. You're dropping $10K
Exactly.
at minimum.
I'm not paying to waste my time.
To be playing around.
Because my time, like, obviously we all need value money, but my time is about as critical as my money.
Of course.
Like, I do not waste.
That's really how everybody should be, right? That's how I feel. It's worth the investment, right? Especially if you know you're super picky. Like I have people who are super picky. They're into different kinks and different things. They want to be hanging off the chandelier. Let me make sure this person is gonna hang off the chandelier and not be vanilla. Because that's an awkward question to ask somebody.
Right.
Like,
will you hang off the chandelier?
Yeah.
Let me do that.
Right. Are you? Who was floating from the shower curtain? Who was doing that?
That was Mimi.
Yes.
Mimi and
Are you willing to?
Was she with Stevie J?
No,
Stevie J.
No, it wasn't Stevie J. It was the guy, the broke guy.
The
scam artist.
That was back in I Love It Hip Hop.
I remember that.
Ooh, we used to love it.
But let me ask that question because you might not want to ask that question on a date, but I can ask ahead of time. Like I actually do a sex assessment. I have a sex therapist on staff, so we will make sure that this person meets your kink style because people are into some different things.
Yes.
And so that way I can make sure that when I present this person to you, we already know they passed the test.
Okay. So how many how many therapists? Sorry.
I have a regular therapist and I have a sex therapist.
Okay. Regular sex therapist. Okay.
And then I'm a dating coach.
And then so it's just 3 on staff.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like just painting the picture here.
And an astrologer.
Because
we learned about that.
A lot of people are into, whether you're into it or not, I definitely think it plays a part and it's good to know somebody's astrological sign. And I don't do astrology like you shouldn't date this person. I do it more like be aware of these traits in this person, be aware of these traits in yourself when y'all come together. Because I don't think it's like you can't date that person. It's more like I need to be aware that when we come together, this might show up.
Right.
Yeah. We've had a guest, it was a couple years ago, Dana. Hey, Dana. She is... astrology is her thing, and she had us like send our birth dates, read our charts, and it's like, oh, that actually is is me.
Oh.
And technically, by the astrological world, me and my husband are not a good fit.
What's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
Okay.
He's a Cancer.
Oh, yeah.
They apparently don't, but we working out.
And that's the thing. That's why I don't ever say absolutes.
Exactly.
And what about you and your husband?
We are both Leos.
Oh,
but
interesting.
I'm more. My birthday is late August, so I'm more Virgo.
You're on the cusp, yeah.
And he's a cusp of a Cancer.
Oh, so that, but it helps that y'all are not two pure Leos, girl. Y'all would really be.
Yeah, and we still be.
Me and my husband are cusps too. I'm Libra Scorpio.
Okay.
So like my birthday is the last day for Libra.
Oh.
Yeah.
He is Gemini Cancer cusp.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
So that's why I say I don't put absolutes, but it's good to know what you're working with and what things to avoid and what things to watch out for.
Yeah,
That's
for
all I
sure.
do.
it is. So can you we're so curious because clearly Devin and I
Y'all out of the loop,
right? We be like, well, what's going? So can you paint the whole picture?
Yep.
Of this. Do I guess both people say, hey, I am interested in finding my match, and you have this pool of people that you have, I guess, as clients, and you are looking at profiles and you're having your team read through all of their, I guess, packets, so to speak. I'm just assuming this is what it looks like.
So no, this is really how it goes. So typically it's women who come to me. Typically.
Okay.
I have millionaires who come to me too, but I'll get to that. They want something different. Typically I have successful professional women come to me and they're like, look, Shae, I got my house, I got my car, I got my career. I need my husband. So she's paid $20,000 and she's coming to me. So I'm meeting with her. We do dating coaching. I'm assessing her. What people don't understand is so much of who you are is about your upbringing, your parents. How were you raised? Were you shown love? Were you raised in an abusive household? All that goes with you into your relationships. And people don't realize that. But I have to know who you are. Who are you? What does love look like to you? What does it mean to you? So I'm asking a series of questions as I meet with her. Then I create what I call this is what I think your husband looks like. He's probably in this profession or he's doing this kind of thing. He likes these activities, and I go to those places to find him. So although I have a pool of 10,000 people, your husband might not be in that pool.
Okay.
I might need to go to a golf tournament. I might need to go to an engineering conference because I understand that that's somebody who would fit well with you. And by the time we do all these assessments, we know the type of temperament that would work well with her.
Okay.
And then I'm looking for that type of person.
Wow.
So that's how it works. It's a very curated, bespoke experience.
Really
You're
putting
out
that work in.
networking.
That's what I do. That's how I meet my booze. Because
I'm gonna say that one for me.
Now, what happens is, literally what happens is, I'm like, I'm a matchmaker, and let's say they approach me, and I'm like, it's interesting that you approached me, Doctor. I'm a matchmaker, and I'm actually trying to match my client, Keisha, and then, okay, I would like to meet her, or I really want to talk to you. Okay, well then let's go. That's how it works.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm just curious. I'm like, what does this process look like?
It's quite fun, I must say.
So how do the men tip? And do you have male clients?
I do have male clients. My men are always millionaires, and they always want something they can't really get on their own. And let me explain.
Yeah.
So let's say you're a 45-year-old millionaire, and you got all the money in the world. But you don't want a 40-year-old. You don't want a 35-year-old.
Okay.
You want 25, 26. So you're coming to me for that.
Okay.
It burns my bread, but they're paying me. So I have to do what I have to do. I just give them parameters. She ain't going to be 18.
Yeah.
I'm not doing nobody's college student.
Right.
She's going to have to be grown and out of school, and then I will do it. But I'm not going to get nobody's child.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, as a mom,
I can't.
for sure.
Yeah, I have my own boundaries.
Your own moral,
Yeah.
Oh.
But that's what they want, if I'm being honest.
Of course.
And they feel like because they can't afford it,
They can get it.
they can get with it. And in the real world, they can. But with me,
no.
Yeah, if you're coming to
But that
me,
might
then-
teach them something too and be reflective. Like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe I'm a little effed up.
yeah, because why do you need this? This is somebody who could be your child.
Yeah, literally. Quite
Exactly.
literally. You probably have children that age.
That's my line. So you might say that I'm being judgmental, but as a mom, I date younger men too.
Yeah.
But nobody 20 nothing.
Right.
So I have limits to, and I feel like everybody should have a line.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm all about, I'm a lover girl.
Okay.
I know that
She's a
already.
hopeless romantic.
I love that.
I feel like my calling is matchmaking. If I can be quite honest, I tell Kendra that all the time. Like, if I had the time, I would love to do that. I just love love.
Yes.
Anyway, so maybe one day I can work for you or something. I don't know. But so tell us about your success stories.
Yeah.
Like, what is your favorite story? And I guess like, what is your longest couple? Like married? Yeah. Do you have like some years in the game as far as like marriages?
Well, I've been a matchmaker 11 years, and I do have a couple that's celebrating 10 years of marriage. I do have a couple, and I do have a couple that they have been married 8 years and they have a 7-year-old child. Wow. I have some long-standing clients like that. But my favorite couple is this sister that is an oral surgeon.
Okay.
And I'm talking about she make between $500 to $1 million a year.
Woo.
Okay,
Come on, sis.
real money, a year. And she was just like, you know what, Shae, even though I make this kind of money, no, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. To $5 million a year. She makes up to $5 million a year. So real money. And she was like, you know, even though I make this kind of money, I want a brother. And I was like, now let me tell you. Chances are he ain't gonna make that kind of money. Like, let's just I try to level set with people, because if you think I can bring you somebody to make $5 million, it's probably not gonna happen. And she was like, I don't care. He can't be broke. I want him to make at least 6 figures so we could afford to go out to eat and travel and do things. But he doesn't have to be a millionaire. And I want him to be family oriented. She comes from a very athletic family. Her father played basketball. She played college sports, so that was important to her. So she could give me her whole list. And you know what she said, which is why she's my favorite? Take your time. Because I know what I'm asking for, you're not going to just meet on every corner. So take your time. As long as this takes, I'm in it with you. She's really the prototype of my business. Because I started off as middle class matchmaker and then transitioned to upper echelon matchmaking. And she's really the prototype for upper echelon, because I realized my pool didn't even have the kind of men that she was looking for. So I had to elevate. She really stretched me. And it took me a year to find this brother that I found for her. But I love them so much. They've been together 2 years now. Wow. He's an attorney. She didn't have any kids. He has a little one. They are so cute together. I mean, and he's an athlete. He's all the things she wanted.
Checked her box.
Yes, but she didn't put pressure on me that a lot of people will drop money and be like, I need him tomorrow. Hurry up. She was like, take your time, because what I'm asking for, I know it's not coming. Take your time, and I brought him to her.
Look at that.
That's my favorite story of all time, to be honest with you. Actually, I matched my sister. I'm lying.
You did?
I matched my sister.
Your sister, blood sister.
My sister. She's 10 years older than me. My sister is a doctor.
Okay.
She's been divorced 17 years.
Okay.
No dating, nothing.
17 years?
Straight. Just focus on her daughter. Her daughter's a senior in high school. She was just focused on her, getting her out of school. I just matched her 6 months ago with this alpha.
Oh.
She's a delta. He's an alpha. They're so cute. Yes. So, no, I have to take that back.
That's your sister.
Once I match my sister, you can't tell me nothing. I match my
And she's
sister.
been out of the
family
game.
could be the most difficult too.
It's the most difficult. And also, but you know what? She wasn't. She was so open. I was worried because she hadn't dated. I really went in. I'm going to be honest with you. I went in like, this is going to be hard because you don't know how to date. And I'm your little sister. You're not going to listen to me. I had all these preconceived notions. And she was just like, you know what she said? I just, I go to all these, she's an executive. She's like, I go to all these galas and functions. I really just want a +1. That's what she came in with. So I was like, okay. And I approached him in that way. So it was no pressure. She just wants a +1 to go to different functions. And they met, and baby, they've been booed up ever since. He's her +1 in this.
Yeah, right.
You gotta make sure you send her this episode.
Yes.
Congratulations.
I know.
I love that.
So you mentioned that sometimes, like your second favorite client, she encouraged you to just take your time. She wasn't putting any pressure on you. But you have other clients that do.
God,
do you give them like ideally like this is realistically the time frame? This is how this works.
Yeah, because I'm an individual. I do my own matchmaking. So the difference is if you want fast, go on a dating app. You can literally meet somebody today, go out with them today.
Yeah.
Fast. Now it might be trash. He might be a criminal. He might be in jail. I don't know. You got to figure that out. But if you want me to do it, you have to give me time to sort through, sift through, vet. You know, and then sometimes people are like, girl, it's been a year. I ain't had a man in a year. Hurry up. And they start rushing me. I always know this is going to be a problem when you start rushing me.
Yeah. So how are the touch points? Like, do y'all meet once a week and say, hey, this is where I'm at?
Yeah, we meet once a week. And some of them, you know what? These women are horny. Let me just tell you the truth.
Okay.
They're horny and they're coming to me because they want me to find them
Yes.
And that's not what I do.
Yes.
So I'm like, if that's what it is, go get that. Go
Yeah.
get that. Let me do my work.
You can go get that.
Go
Yeah,
get that on your own.
Yeah, you get that.
Baby, go do that. I'm not here to tighten that up for you. You know what I'm saying? And so, but if you, I'm gonna tell you, it's just like going grocery shopping hungry.
Yeah.
You're gonna pick up a whole bunch of junk.
Yeah.
Because you ain't focused on what you really trying to cook tonight. You like, I'm gonna get these chips, I'm gonna get these ho-hos and ding-dongs. Because
Right.
you hungry.
Right.
Go take care of that. And then we can come with a clear mind and really focus on the things we want to focus on. Because they be so horny, y'all. That's what the
my
problem
gosh,
is.
That's hilarious.
I mean,
I hear it's popping in the 40s, so
oh no, your sex drive goes up higher in your 40s,
Okay.
and you really, I get it.
Yeah.
Go take care of that
Yeah.
before you come to me.
okay. That's fair.
It's
That's
funny.
fair.
Or while, you know,
Do it during.
Exactly.
Do whatever,
You know?
but I can't fix that.
Yeah, not that quick and fast.
No.
And
And you don't want to choose based off that.
Exactly.
Because let me tell you, this is what people mix up. Chemistry over character. People can have firework chemistry and be horrible for you.
Yeah.
And if you're, like I said, grocery shopping hungry, you're gonna choose the junk food because
Okay.
you're
Exactly.
hungry. That is not gonna sustain you. Those chips you're gonna be hungry again in 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
But they are like, I'm so hungry, I want this need met, and you're gonna choose wrong.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I got some questions for you personally.
Okay.
Okay. Because you mentioned you're single.
Yes.
And so how do you approach this as a matchmaker and with your knowledge? Like, how do you date? Like, walk us through that.
I think dating is so fun for me. Honestly, I this is what I tell people. Because people question, like, you're dating. If I didn't have no motion, how do you know I can do my job? Like, I got to know what I'm doing. I really know what I'm doing. I'm in these dating streets. I date as well.
Right.
And so that's how I know it is all about perspective. It is perspective. Because I pull from 30 to 55, you know, so I have a good range of men that I date. And really, from my perspective, it's about, I'm looking for who is emotionally available, emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
A lot of people have trauma and they don't know how to articulate their thoughts and they want to pop off. This is that them 30s, they be popping off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm a grown woman. You're gonna have to calm down. Like, you can't be talking to me crazy.
Yeah.
And a lot of them don't know how to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So I look for things like that. That's important to me because that gives me emotional safety.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I have a secure attachment. So I come from 2 parents. That means, you know, I saw conflict resolution. I experienced a loving environment. A lot of people don't have that.
Right.
I understand. I do. So I'm not coming to you from a place of lack in that area. I want a partner.
Yeah.
A lot of people are looking for a hole to fill. I want a mommy because I didn't have one. I need a daddy because I didn't have.
Right.
That's different when you're approaching dating from a void versus
Okay.
I just want a partner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
partner. Okay, all right. So do you tell them? I know sometimes you do tell them if you meet them and they're like, "No, I'm interested in you." But like when you're dating seriously, do you tell them you're a matchmaker? Are they intimidated by that? Like, what does that look like?
No, it can go either way. I like to find out about them. People like talking about themselves, so I like for them to tell me about themselves and what they have going on. And I can pretty much tell if it's somebody I'm going to let know or not.
Okay.
Because if you don't have a lot going for yourself or a lot of accomplishments, then you might be intimidated, you know, by me. And I go out a lot. You know, I'm not basic at all.
Yeah.
I'm extra. You know, I don't hide it. You know what I mean?
You don't need to be.
Exactly. But if somebody is, they can be intimidated by that, you know, or I'm just getting on my feet and I just got into my first apartment. We not on the same page, baby. We not on, you know what I mean? And so it's important for me to assess if this is somebody who could handle all that comes with me. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's
All
important.
right.
Which I think we need to do in general. We need to vet that.
For sure. For sure. So what are some reactions you get when you tell them you're a matchmaker?
Well, I've gotten extremes because I've also been on Bravo's Love Match Atlanta. So sometimes people they're Googling my episodes and they're just like, oh, and you did this, and they become fans. I don't like to date fans. No, because I'm just a woman. I'm just a person and we just gonna be loving on each other. I'm not that. So it depends on how they approach me. I've had that and I've had, oh, you think you all that, da, 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 and I don't. I'm me.
Yeah.
Can you handle it?
Like, you gotta be confident,
Yes.
self-secure. Like,
hold
don't
your
come. Yeah.
So do you like date outside your race? Or?
I do.
Okay. All right.
I'm
And
open.
what's that like?
Right now, my boobs are black.
Okay.
But that don't mean I can always have a vacancy.
Okay.
You know, I have dated the spectrum
Okay.
of men, tall, short, black, white, Chinese, Asian. Don't matter. I'm open.
Yeah.
Because love is not something you can put in a box like that. In my opinion, I'm looking for somebody who can love me and appreciate me it doesn't matter what he looks like.
So do you recommend that to your clients?
Absolutely. Especially high achieving, very successful women.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Hard.
It is hard. It is absolutely hard.
I love my black men.
I'm glad that you found him early because I'm telling you, it's quite difficult when you are already in your career and you're doing extremely well to meet somebody who's not going to be intimidated and who could be at par with you. That is difficult.
Yeah.
And you know, black men are not going to college at the same rates that we are.
Yeah.
They're not getting degrees at the same rate. They're not in corporate America at the same rates. It's just it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. And I love mine.
I would love them too.
Yes,
Absolutely.
love them. But that, I mean, the facts are facts.
That's something, or you have to be open to saying, I'm okay with him making less, and he has to be open, I'm okay with her making
that
more.
part.
Because that is a shift.
That is a shift.
There are
That
a
is a
lot of
shift.
men who are intimidated by their wives, even if they
Their wives.
Wives.
The people
more
they
money.
marry.
I know.
Yes.
They are. It's
Yeah.
real.
And it's like, you knew what my profession would
Was.
be.
Yes.
And you knew
Before
where
we
you
got
were.
married.
And I loved you. either
Regardless,
way,
yes.
regardless. You know, Kendra and I met our husbands young. We've been through a lot of things: broke times, okay times, decent times, and like we've made more than them at some point. They made more than us, but it's just not when you're a team. It's not like this is mine, this is yours, this is ours.
That's how it is all the time.
So it doesn't even matter because it's one account that's paying for all the things.
Yeah.
So it don't matter who's making more.
I'm glad y'all met young. No, seriously, because it is definitely more. I say more difficult. See, imagine women. I know a woman who owns 5 Chick-fil-A's.
Yeah.
Imagine her dating. It's hard.
Yeah.
When you got millions,
Yeah.
billions, dude.
Millions.
We're not talking about.
Yeah.
And
You
nobody's
don't make
coming to
6
play in my
figures.
face.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Nobody's coming to play.
Yeah.
But she's still a woman, and she still has needs, and she still wants somebody to come over.
Yes.
It's like you don't stop being a woman just because you got money.
Exactly.
And you still want that safety.
You
still want that
still want all the
partnership and
things.
companionship, and you deserve that.
That's
you
security.
You checked all the boxes, but
And why should you be punished because you got some money in the bank?
Exactly.
And that's how they feel. So I understand. I think for me, the thing is, I understand my clients because I am them. I'm just like them.
Yeah.
So it's like when I'm on a date with a man, I try to. I'm gonna be fabulous, but I try to. I'm still very soft, and I want you to lead, and I want you to step up. And we don't. It doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. Now you gotta pay for this dinner.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm not asking you to pay my bills. I'm not asking you to take care of. I'm not asking you to take care of my upkeep.
Right.
Yeah.
But you gotta be able to take me out. That's a bare minimum.
Okay, so on dates, are you telling your clients like what to say, or are you letting it
Yes.
happen organically?
No, because some of my clients, if I have an attorney who likes to interrogate people. And sis, that's not what this is.
Yeah.
We're not interrogating. So I have to tell them this is a vibe check. We're not coming to you're not coming to pellet people with questions.
Yeah.
You just, do I like him? Is he funny?
Yeah.
Does he make me laugh? Do I feel safe with him?
Yeah.
If do I have butterflies? Butterflies is anxiety. It's your gut saying something's wrong, you need to run. So check in with yourself and say, how do I feel with him? Am I comfortable? Am I safe? Do I like him? Check in with yourself.
Okay.
Man,
Alright.
this is a whole I feel like this is a research project. So obviously this is a podcast about motherhood, and we have some moms who are single, divorced, whatever. They want to get back out there. They want to date. They don't know how to start. They don't know how to find the time or the energy.
Yes.
Do you have any suggestions or encouragement for those mamas?
Yeah, no. And I'm one of them too. That's why I say I'm my client.
Yeah.
So in that situation, listen, it's important that you have a great support system. So like I have my mom. So I can come here because my mom is keeping my daughter. And I also have a sitter for the times that my mom can't. The thing about professional women is we can afford a sitter, a nanny.
Yeah.
So invest in that. Invest in somebody that can watch your child, that you feel comfortable watching them. Because you can't date with the baby at your side. You got to have somebody to watch the baby so you could do these things. And also I would say you want to make sure that vetting is interesting. When I say vet, it doesn't mean interrogate. It means I need to spend enough time with you until I know these things about you.
Yeah.
Until I know what kind of man you are, what kind of son are you? Because if a man is disrespectful to his mama, you already know this is not somebody you want any parts of, right? What kind of brother are you? What kind of friend are you? You want to observe these kind of qualities. How do you treat people who don't have what you have?
Right.
And definitely do all of that before you bring them to meet your baby. Right. That's your prized possession. You really have to protect that. And at the same time, like sometimes you meet somebody. Like I met somebody 2 years ago who had a child the same age as my child, and I was like, oh my God! And we just put them. We probably were dating 4 months before we introduced them, but they were just the cutest together, and they were just they became playmates immediately, and it was just perfect. But sometimes you really want to do that, but is that the right time? And maybe if I had time to think about it in hindsight, maybe I wouldn't have done it because he wasn't the one. You know, I mean, I don't have any regrets, but those are the kind of things you have to think about. Is this the right time to introduce? Yeah. So all those things come with it, but you can get back out there. People who have been divorced have a higher success rate the second time around. So the second marriages are higher, higher rates. So you can do it. It happens every day. Men will love you with your children. Men will love you and you've been married before. All of those things are lies. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
There are a lot of women out there who feel that nobody wants them because they have kids or what. Like,
I'm gonna tell you, I've been a mom for 23 years. I ain't never had that problem.
You still pulling,
Never. I've never had. You know, yes, there are men who don't want women with children. That's not your man. There are a whole bunch of men who don't care. Now, I will say also focus on yourself because we do have high obesity rates, and I have to say that because I'm not saying he wants you at 450 pounds. That's not what I'm saying. You need to look good for you. Because when you look good, you have more confidence, and you're gonna attract people because you feel good, and you know you feel good. You know you look good.
Yeah, that's real. When you pour into you exude that.
Exactly.
And you attract that energy.
You do attract it,
And do you encourage them?
I do. And that's hard. People don't like me when I have to be honest, but you paying me this money. I have to be honest with you. I had a client who was 400 pounds, and she wanted a man with abs and a six-pack, and I'm like, sis, you ain't seen no gym in years. What you talking about? You know what I mean? Like,
gotta be real.
And if honestly, if you could afford to pay me, you could afford whatever you want. You could afford a trainer, a surgeon, or whatever,
chef,
all of it. You can afford all of it. So there's
you can afford that.
You can afford
there's no
whatever
shame
you want.
to
No, it's no. You can afford all the things. There's no reason you can drop 20 with me and you can't afford to get yourself together. Let's just be honest.
I feel like you have.
Yeah, you would think this is easy for people to understand, but they don't. They think I paid you, so you
figure it out.
You fix it.
Because they used to throw money at everything.
But I'm not a magician, and this is why I tell people, and this is real talk. If when you walk down the street, nobody ever looks your way, nobody ever like, oh, excuse me, hey, I can't make them want you. You know, I'm gonna do my best. We're gonna have a great photo shoot. I'm gonna take great pictures of you. But at the end of the day, you look like you look. And I can't make somebody want you. Now, some people will go on a date because they trust me and they know I have quality clients. And some people going to say, Shae, I can't do it. That's the truth. That's the truth.
How do you have those conversations?
It's hard.
Like, if this woman and this gentleman, they went out on a date and either one comes back and says, no. Like, how do you...
And say this wasn't a match. We're gonna keep working. You know, but sometimes people do get caught up. No, I thought he was the one. That happens. That happens. You know what it is? It's their attachment style. That's why I have to know the attachment style ahead of time. Because if they are anxious attachment, they're gonna cling to him immediately.
I would probably be the anxious one. Everybody the one. He's the one.
Yes. That's so funny. Would you really?
Yeah, probably.
You don't give me that. That's so funny.
No,
get to know
when I met my husband on our third date, I was like, so do you see me as your future wife? And he said that was a red flag for him. But okay, to give you some context, okay? My freshman or sophomore year at FAMU, I had Dr. Hemingway. God rest his soul.
Dr. Hemingway, I know.
And he told us in my history class, I forgot what he taught. It was like some type of history, African American history. I don't remember.
That first freshman year class.
He said, ladies, when you in college, you need to find your husband.
Yeah.
And I had recently met Jared, and Jared was the first guy that I met that was taller than me, and so I was just like, oh,
this is it.
Yeah, he was funny. He made me laugh and all these things. So I was like, and after hearing Dr. Hemingway say that, I'm like, I need to be dating with intention. So I was like, do you see me as your wife or not? And he was like,
third date?
Yeah, he was like, I don't know how to, mind you, we're 19. He's like, I don't know how to answer that.
But you know what? Dr. Hemingway was on something because white women go to college
to find a husband.
And they get their MRS. They get a ring by spring. We don't. We come out with debt and
degrees.
But no man.
With no man.
And they go in like this is where you, because this is where you can find everybody who's your same age, is on this journey. That is actually a great place to find your husband. So I think you did it right.
I did it right. Yeah, I mean, we've been married for 11 years, together for 19. I mean, so I asked the question. It worked. But yeah, I think I would. If I was in the scene, I'd be like, it was a red flag. And I think I would be that person, like, oh my god, friend, he's the one. I just love him so much. Yeah, that would be me.
That's
for
funny.
Sure.
I'm the
and
one
that's hard for me to break it to people. But
Kendra's just like, he got to go because he said this. So we
But you made it happen somehow.
Yes.
Yes. He had to spin the block.
Yes.
The
So
second time.
Devin actually introduced me and my husband. And the first time she was like, y'all need to, I was like, girl, no. Like, he wasn't interested in nothing. I wasn't interested in nothing. But
they both was wrapped up into other.
Yes, we had other things going on. But she was like, y'all should. I'm like, okay, whatever. We can exchange numbers, but whatever. So we hung out a couple times. And we were like, yeah, I mean, this is cool. But he was wrapped up. I was wrapped up. So we went, you know. But a couple years later, it was a bottle of Hennessy that actually connected us.
Again.
Yeah, that's how the block spun. He had
The liquor would get it every time.
He had some Hennessy Pure White, and I had always wanted to try it. That was back when it was like exclusive. You could only get it out
overseas.
Of the country. And he posted it on Instagram, and I was like,
when he used to post.
ooh, okay, he don't post no more. I'm like, ooh, I want that. I want to try some. So I DM'd. I said, hey, let me get some of that Hennessy. He was like, come through, and I was like, okay, as a friend, right? Went over there, we hanging out. And we're just talking, and he's like, oh, I was talking about a movie I wanted to see. And he was like, we should go see it. I'm like, we should go see it. And now we're here.
Oh, I love it.
So, yes, it was a whole...
So, Devin, you might have the gift.
Listen.
She be trying to hook up. The other night, she said, what do you think about such and such with such and such? I'm like, friend.
I'm always like that.
But it is a gift. I mean, I will tell people there's a skill and there's a gift. You need both.
Yeah.
Right? Because sometimes I can be driving down the street and I'll hear, introduce Keisha to John. And I'm like, okay. And I'll do that. So
I'm doing that with
she does it
right
randomly.
Now.
Yeah.
I have a friend right now, both friends, and they seem compatible. And I was like, y'all should meet. And they met, and they're still talking. So I don't know. Girl, I'm going to hit you up in 2 years.
Yeah, let me know.
Let me get these student loans paid off.
Let me know.
Public service.
I'll write a review for both of y'all.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, listen, y'all been married for almost 10 years. I mean, I'm just saying.
It worked.
Yeah, it worked.
I cannot.
And it's funny because how they met is so me too, random.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, drop that.
We are, like I said, Ferg and I are college friends. So we did the psychology program together at FAM. So we've always been just like really close. Helped me out when I was online because he was my VP. I was the president of psychology club. So he's always been like a little brother. He's younger than us. And so we're in grad school and we all just passed this final. And he had a girl he was dating, but she was being raggedy. And I was telling him, I'm like, she being raggedy. Like, you need to let her go. Like, so we go to Chili's because they had happy hour, Applebee's, and it was like 50% off appetizers and drinks, right? We chilling. We see the girl at the bar with a man, like a grown man, like a 30-something-year-old man. So I was like, oh, hell no. And so at the time, I'm dating Jared. So, because I would have been like, no, we're going to act like we together because you my friend. Oh. But I was like, I can't do that. We're in a long-distance relationship. Somebody see us, like, how am I explain that? Yeah. Like, Jared ain't going to care.
Right.
So, and he knew of Ferg, but not like where we are now. Right. Like, he knew he was a friend. So I was like, friend, what you doing? And she's like, girl, I'm watching the Lakers play. I was like, well, I need you to come up here because my friend, his feelings are really hurt. His ex-girlfriend is up, not even ex-girlfriend, because they was trying to figure things out with somebody else. And she had told him that she was studying.
And she's out on a date.
She was out on a date.
And he had just wrote like a paper for her or something, or helped her with a paper or whatever. So I was like, no, we are going to fix this because that is my personality. And he was like, okay, whatever, Deb. Because I was like, are your feelings hurt? You can be honest. He was like, yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. And I was like, okay, no. So I was like, I got somebody who's gonna fix this. So I called Kendra. She comes late because she's like, I gotta finish my game. So by the time she get there, the girl is gone.
Oh.
And that's how they met.
Okay.
So
that's cute.
That was
really cute.
That was, I'm like, you won't call me for what?
I'm like, just come up here. I was like, my friend
just
is
to make the girl jealous.
Yeah, right. I'm watching. I'm a huge Lakers. Well,
Kobe
I was a Kobe
time.
Bryant fan, and my husband also. He's huge Lakers Kobe. But I'm surprised he wasn't at home watching the game that day. But
that was a hard final. It was a hard final.
Yeah, it was just. I'm like, you want me to stop watching this game to go come to Applebee's to make somebody jealous?
But then you ended up meeting your husband.
I did, but it was like, oh, okay. Well, I hope everything works out with you, but But no, that's my baby.
Get y'all now.
I love it.
Yeah. So all that like relationship talk and all of that.
Woo.
Okay.
I feel like we need a part 2 because I still got questions, but we can't be here all day because
course,
but I'm
course.
very like this is really intriguing. What I'm curious, what did you study in school?
Undergrad, I was a communication major.
Okay.
And then I went and got certified as a matchmaker, and I got certified as a dating coach.
Wow. That like
That
communication
aligns, though.
yes.
Yeah, and I also have a master's in HR. It literally all goes together.
Yeah. Because the
Yes.
systems. You
It's
have to have the
systems,
systems.
that's right.
Yes. Okay. That works.
Look at that. Okay.
So, Mama Juice.
Man.
What we doing for Mama Juice?
Man is right. So if you
Is this the
all
mama juice?
yes. So
Ice melted.
y'all, just y'all might want to hold off for a second. It's a strong drink. So if you watch, which you should have, listened to and watched the date night episode, we were having some conversation with Shae during her segment, and she said, "Send that man a drink." So while we were curating these cocktails, Devin was like, "That's the name of the drink. Send that man a drink." And I said, "You know what? I like that. That's the name of this drink." So send that man a drink. I'm gonna be honest. My husband came up with this recipe. He's a man who likes strong drinks, masculine drinks. So I'm gonna read off the ingredients. Sip at your own risk. Okay. So it has an ounce of bourbon. He said preferably rye. Okay. It has an ounce of dark rum, an ounce of sweet vermouth, a half an ounce of simple syrup, 2 dashes of orange bitters, and lemon zest.
It's actually not bad now that ice melted.
Yeah, it's settled a little bit, so
It's a
it
man
might not
drink.
be,
It's
but
gonna
it
put some hair on your
is.
chest.
It is
Yeah,
a little
this is a man.
strong, and it might be a little too sweet for you, but it's like a play off of an old fashioned.
It's like an old-fashioned, yeah.
But it's with dark rum and bourbon rye.
I can see a man drinking it. It's very sophisticated.
Yes.
It's very, So one of the things I like to do is go to high-end steakhouses. Did I tell you that? And sit at the bar. I'm going to do that when I leave here. And that's the kind of drink I would see a distinguished gentleman sipping on.
There we can see.
Oh, see, send that man a drink.
Send that
See,
man a
we was
drink.
on to something.
This is
We was on to something.
yeah. It just got me, and if it get me,
And you know how to drink.
It got me.
if it's getting me, yes. So I'm gonna be honest. There's no mocktail version of this drink.
No, it's no way you can make that.
So
mocktail.
just sisters who don't drink, just go to the next Mama Juice episode.
yes,
we'll
yes,
just do-
for sure.
What's going on in Mama's
So
Corner?
Mama's Corner, if this is your first time listening, Mama's Corner is my favorite segment. And this is our opportunity to connect with our listeners. So sometimes you guys are right in, it will answer your questions if we have an expert. Or sometimes we'll connect further. So I feel like we need to connect because I still got 1,001 questions. But to play off to send that man a drink, what are some tips that you have for men and women on the first date or first encounter if they see somebody at the cigar lounge or the golf club house or wherever they find the people? What are some tips of engagement? Because I feel like women do not really approach men.
They do not.
And I'm kind of a victim of that. I kind of somewhat approached my husband through a friend. She like put me on blast. But I feel like that's something like rejection. Like women don't like to be rejected. Men get rejected all the time. So it's like whatever. But it like really hurts our pride if we get rejected. So I feel like that's why we don't approach them. So what are some tips you can give for like approaching men? And then for men, how can they approach women?
Yeah, I think the easiest thing you can do is pay somebody a compliment. That's what I always tell people. I'm definitely a proponent of shooting your shot.
Yeah.
Listen, sisters, we go after everything else we want. House we want, the career we want. This is no different.
Yeah.
You see a man you want, go get him.
Okay.
And so I always pay him a compliment. Listen, if he wants you, he's gonna respond in kind. This is a nice suit. I like this. I like your haircut. Like your shoes. You smell good. You look good. Give him a compliment. I just brush off imaginary dust off his jacket, anything, to be close to him, and then he can come back and be like, "No, I like your outfit too. Where you going when you leave?" And then you go from there.
Okay.
So always shoot your shot with a compliment, and that's for men and women. A lot of times, men don't have the confidence either. I meet a lot of my clients, men who come to me for matchmaking. They're always introverts.
Okay.
They don't have the swagger. They don't have the game. They got the money, but that's it.
Yeah.
So they could be sitting in the bar and you would never know. You're going to walk past them each time. So that's why you shoot your shot, pay them a compliment, make him laugh. It's easy.
Okay, you might be passing up on a millionaire.
Right.
Girl, you better dust that
You,
shirt off.
you really might. And a lot of them will drive a Toyota. And a lot of them will just have on a polo and some khakis.
Yeah.
They just look real basic.
Right.
They don't have no game. They don't have no swagger.
Right.
The flashy ones,
You gotta be
Those are
ones
red flags.
Those are red flags. But
Red
it really,
flags.
like, I just have on a shirt and some pants. Talk to him. He might be the one.
That's true. That was true in college. You need to hang out the engineering building,
Yes,
the architecture building,
yes.
the pharmacy building.
Yes.
Those the boys you need to be looking for.
Absolutely. And it's still the same. That's
Psychology,
what you want.
all that.
Well,
Now, I will say those are the kinkier ones. But yes. Go shoot your shot with them.
I'm not going to confirm or deny that.
And what about for men?
Same. I think they should also pay women a compliment.
Okay.
The problem with women is we don't go by ourselves. Often we go in packs. Packs, like 5 or 6 of us.
Yeah.
And that's intimidating for a man to approach you.
Yeah.
I always say go by yourself. I meet 5 men right now. Like I meet so many men by myself. That's how I know it is not, y'all say it's pee in the dating pool. It's you. It's you. You going with a crew. Because I meet people all the time. That's how I know it's very possible. I'm not doing anything, any special thing. I go by myself.
Going by yourself
all the time.
and looking cute.
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Put some effort.
It sounds like even just a solo, it shows that you are confident
That's it.
in yourself.
That's it.
And no, I mean, I imagine that men want a woman who's confident and secure in herself.
Yes,
So,
and the thing is, we be confident in all these other areas, but it's like the man's supposed to come find me. And it's all the stuff that we are taught and that we believe, and it's like, okay, how's that working for you?
Yeah,
you know,
it's not.
because Ruth actually put herself in a position. She was in that man's field where he could see her. She laid at his feet. She wasn't hidden at
Take it
home.
back to the Bible.
That's, I mean, we want to go biblical.
Yes.
She wasn't hidden at home, and he knocked on her door.
Right.
She laid at his feet. She worked in his field. He had no choice but to see her. We're not doing that. You got to put yourself in a position where he can find you.
kind of you
Yes.
stepped into the church, honey.
I have to, because women always throw that in my face.
Yeah.
They're always saying, he got to come find me. Are you putting yourself in a position where he can find
To
you?
be found.
Yes.
To be found. That's good. That's a clip right there.
So
'Cause
this
she got
is
her bow
definitely
at.
a good
She
one, too.
sure did.
We're gonna bring Shae back.
Yes.
Seriously.
Okay.
So-
I love y'all.
Yes, we love you too.
we
So
do.
if people want to find you,
Yes.
because they're going to want to find you after this
Okay.
episode, how can they find you?
You can find me at upperechelonmatchmaking.com. Also, I'm on Instagram at Shae Primus Matchmaker.
Okay, I love
We'll
that. I
include
love
all that in the
Yes,
description.
that will be in our show notes. Click those links, subscribe, do all the things you need to do to get with Shae. Okay?
Yes.
No excuses.
Come on, Shae.
much fun.
I had so much
This
fun
was a
with you.
blast.
I mean, the first time we hung out, it was fun.
Yes.
This was extra
5
fun.
minutes,
It's
right.
just us. It's
Yes,
girl-
just the
girls thing.
girls.
Just the girls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, this was great. We can't
Yes.
wait to have you back. Until next time, mamas.
Bye.